Take up that mask and reveal yourself. Come on.
Can on-screen chemistry be faked? Sure, it's an actor's job to portray emotions. But is there a secret ingredient that simply can't be manufactured? Today, Collider is looking at 5 movie couplings that totally failed because the actors had zero chemistry together.
Will you stop eating?
Harry Potter movies. Rupert Grint and Emma Watson. While the books built a more established relationship between Ron and Hermione, the on-screen chemistry between Rupert Grint and Emma Watson was often lacking. Their interactions frequently felt awkward, more like siblings bickering than romantic partners. This was particularly evident during the Yule Ball in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Ron's jealousy over Hermione, attending with Victor Crumb, leads to a heated argument. Their interaction feels more like a sibling spat than a moment of romantic tension. Or in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, when Ron starts thinking that Hermione prefers Harry over him. The situation has the potential for high drama and deep pain, as Ron struggles with his insecurities and misinterprets Hermione's bond with Harry. But the tension feels muted and difficult to believe in or connect with the moment. And then, of course, that long-awaited kiss in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Did this feel like real chemistry? Not exactly. In fact, even Watson herself admitted in an interview on Friday night with Jonathan Ross that the kiss in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows was the most horrible thing and felt like incest. When the actress herself acknowledges that the experience was far from enjoyable, it raises questions about the effectiveness of their on-screen pairing. Was their romantic chemistry truly one of the most glaring missteps in cinematic history? We'll let you decide, but watch till the end, because another Harry Potter couple on this list is competing for the title of Zero Chemistry Couples. Before we get to them, let's explore contenders from other films.
Excuse me, I have to go and vomit.
Eyes Wide Shut. Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. The fact that this next couple on our list were actually married during the filming of this movie makes their lack of chemistry even worse. Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman portrayed a married couple in Eyes Wide Shut, and while they shared many intimate scenes in the movie, there was a total lack of spark. It's hard to believe that Cruise or Kidman would have trouble with chemistry together since they had been married for 9 years at the time it was filmed. According to a report in The Guardian, there were even rumors that Cruise and Kidman tried to get help with a sex therapist for the scenes that were supposed to be very intimate and intense. This has never been confirmed by the former couple. It was also not the first project these two veteran actors teamed up for. Previously, they were in the 1990 film Days of Thunder and the 1992 film Far and Away Together. Just look at this scene from Days of Thunder, where nothing particularly intimate is happening, but just the way they interact and look at each other.
The retina.
The chemistry between Cruise and Kidman here is undeniable, and later in the film, it becomes completely off the charts.
I wasn't ignoring you. I gave you a very thorough physical.
So what happened during Eyes Wide Shut? That only Kidman and Cruise know. But there was much speculation after their final film together that the filming experience of Eyes Wide Shut was psychologically taxing and negatively influenced their relationship. Nearly 2 years after the film's release, the couple divorced.
There is something very important that we need to do as soon as possible.
Thor movies. Natalie Portman and Chris Hemsworth. It's hard to imagine anyone lacking chemistry when acting alongside Chris Hemsworth. His interactions with other actors always seem natural and full of spark. However, when Natalie Portman was cast as his love interest in the Thor movies, something felt off. In the first Thor movie, the scenes intended to build their budding romance come across as awkward and forced. While Portman is an incredibly talented actor, she seems to struggle with appearing comfortable and emotionally connected to Hemsworth. This lack of spark continues in Thor: The Dark World, and even in the most recent installment, Thor: Love and Thunder, where their interactions remain emotionally distant and unconvincing. Viewers may disagree after seeing the final epic kiss these two share at the end of Thor: The Dark World. However, this is because that powerful kiss is not actually between Hemsworth and Portman. Due to scheduling conflicts that Portman addressed in an interview after the movie was released, she was unable to be on set for the final kiss scene. Instead, that passionate and fiery exchange happened between Hemsworth and his wife, Elsa Pataki. She was brought in as the stunt double for this epic romantic moment between Thor and Jane Foster. At least it gave viewers a single moment of undeniable chemistry between Thor and Jane to end the movie on.
No, it's great, right?
Another!
Sorry. easy little
Marry Me. Jennifer Lopez and Owen Wilson. The premise of the movie focuses on two complete opposites, a pop superstar and a reserved math teacher, falling in love despite all odds. They come from radically different backgrounds and seem to clash at every turn. With a premise like this, the viewers would naturally expect some nice slow burning, followed by a very satisfying emotional resolution. However, Lopez and Wilson's lack of on-screen chemistry leaves audience unfulfilled. Both Lopez and Wilson are seasoned veterans of romantic comedies, with several successful films under their belts. Lopez has starred in hits like The Wedding Planner and Made in Manhattan. During one of the most iconic scenes in The Wedding Planner, Mary and Steve share a dance at a party. The chemistry between them is palpable. Everything is there. The eye contact, the energy.
Why'd you ask her to dance?
I didn't.
Oh, you did too.
I
Up
did
in
not.
The tree, you said, Steve, would you like to dance?
That's exactly why it works well as a scene that signifies a turning point in their relationship, because it makes their growing attraction believable. Wilson has also delivered both comedic and romantic gold in Wedding Crashers. In this iconic speech when John apologies to Claire, every element of good romance is on display.
Because the person I love the most is standing right here.
But despite Lopez and Wilson's individual successes in the genre, this pairing fails to spark any believable connection in Marry Me, leaving their interactions flat and unconvincing.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Marry me, say.
Harry Potter movies, Dan Radcliffe and Bonnie Wright. This brings us to our final zero chemistry pairing on the list, another Harry Potter mismatch, Daniel Radcliffe and Bonnie Wright. One of the biggest issues with their on-screen romance was the lack of development in the movies. Viewers were given little opportunity to connect emotionally or root for them. Ginny was introduced as Harry's best friend's shy and withdrawn younger sister, but she suddenly becomes the main character's love interest without sufficient build-up. The earlier films hinted at Ginny's crush on Harry, but Wright often seemed young and uneasy while Radcliffe appeared mostly clueless. This lack of connection made their sudden kiss in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince feel unimpactful and awkward. For fans of the books, the film adaptation of Harry and Ginny's relationship fell far short of expectations. In the books, their dynamic was electric, with gradual flirting that led to a fiery, memorable first kiss. In the films, however, Radcliffe and Wright's apparent discomfort translated on screen, diminishing the chemistry and leaving viewers detached. This mismatch ultimately affected the entire watching experience, making their pairing feel forced and unconvincing. The actors' attempts to show romantic interest in each other fall flat every time they share a scene. This leads to the most awkward and unconvincing kiss in the entire Harry Potter series. Remarkably, it makes the infamous kiss between Grint and Watson seem almost romantic by comparison, a feat that's hard to achieve. In fact, Radcliffe and Watson's interactions, particularly their heartfelt dance in the final film, displayed more chemistry than either of their scenes with Grint or Wright.
Merry Christmas, Harry.
Merry Christmas.
There you have it, Collider's list of actors who had absolutely zero chemistry together, despite the films calling for heat. These actors leave viewers in the freezer for sure. What other movies had couples that were not a great match? And can you think of movies where the chemistry was so believable that it actually elevated a movie to a whole new level? Let us know.